Hello, hello, hello. How are you doing? I am Brenda, and I am here for another episode of How to Get Longer, Stronger Hair. So today I'm going to talk about hair ties. I imagine most of you have used hair ties at some point or another. Sorry, my cats are down here and they're starting to fight. I think they're going to knock over my camera, my tripod. But anyway, so hair ties are awesome, but there are some things that you got to be careful with. And if you're not careful with them, you can actually cause breakage in your hair. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today is hair breakage. And that's one reason why your hair won't grow and what you need to do to stop that in terms of hair ties. All right, so I got my notes here. All right, so the first thing you want to do is you want to try to go for gentle materials, silk, cotton, or bamboo. This is silk, okay? There's a lot of give to it. I love silk scrunchies, okay? And try to avoid rubber or plastic. You can't always avoid rubber or plastic. It just doesn't happen. This spiral hair tie, I love these, okay? And they are plastic, but they are great for being able to hold your hair and not all in one place, okay? But I will tell you this, if you have curly hair, do not use these, okay? Because if I'm using my curly style and I do this, these will wrap themselves right around here and you will not be able to get them out. I've had to cut them, I've had to get help. So if you have curly hair, do not use these. But if you don't, these are amazing. You can see how much give they have on them. So not all plastic hair ties are bad. You just have to be careful, okay? And these are just normal ones. And they're not bad either. All right, so definitely avoid tight ones, okay? If you've got one, like say like this, and one time is good, but 2 times makes it, okay like that, you're going to have to stick with that. Because if you do this a 3rd time and you leave it in there for however long, this is going to be really tight. And you're going to see a lot of breakage around here, okay? So you got to be careful about that. Let's see, claw clips. Claw clips are amazing. I have a little tiny claw clip that is great for getting these little wispies and just pulling up here. And then the big claw clips. I use the big claw clips when I take a shower if I'm not washing my hair. Pull it up in a bun and use the big claw clips. Those are great, and most of the time you won't see any breakage from that. All right. Try not to use it on wet hair, okay? If you do, you got to be really, really careful, but it's a good idea to not use it on wet hair. We've already talked about this before, but wet hair is at its most sensitive, and it's easy to break. Wet hair is so much easier to break. If you have to, you have to. When I swim, when I'm done swimming, I put my hair up in a t-shirt. But if I go out somewhere, a lot of times we'll go eat afterwards. I don't want to walk into a restaurant with a t-shirt on my head. So I will take a silk scrunchie and pull it up on top of my head. I'm walking into a restaurant with wet hair, but at least I'm not walking in with a t-shirt on my head. Which looks really dumb. Both looks dumb. But I'm not going to give up my swimming. And most of the time I do swim with Alani and my kids, and I like the time to be able to go and eat afterwards. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do, but use something really, really gentle, because you got to be careful with your hair, right? Okay, all right, let's see. Oh, you use a serum or a protectant spray before you use your hair thing, because the whole idea is the friction. So if you use a serum that makes your hair real silky soft, then you're going to not have that friction when you put that hair tie in, and it's going to be less likely to break. Okay? Same thing with the protectant spray. Let's see. Oh, don't always use in the same spot. This is a big one, okay? If you are always putting your hair in that same spot, you're going to start seeing a lot of breakage. You may even start to see some bald spotting. I know a friend of mine told me once that she had a friend who taught ballet, and she had her hair in a tight bun, like this, always up here, day after day for years. And then guess what? Her hair started to fall out right around there, and she was here losing some hair, because not only did she have a tight hairstyle, but she also was keeping it in the same spot. Okay, so vary it. And even if it's just something as simple as having your ponytail here and then having your ponytail here. Just vary it. Don't use it in the same spot. Okay? Oh yeah. Avoid those ones, those elastic ones with the little metal bits. We've all seen them, right? We all use them. Those metal bits are catching your hair, and that is going to cause damage. So if you're having problems with your hair, not growing, avoid those. Okay? So choose snag-free hair things. Vary the style where you have it. Give it room to breathe. That's when we were talking about the too tight. See, my hair has a lot of room to breathe with this. A little too much, okay? But, it's better than no breathing at all. So you want to have ones that give you enough stretch. Like I said, we talk about this. If this is not enough stretch for you and it's too loose, do not make it tighter. Just find another one that's got more stretch to it, okay? And this is elastic. I prefer these to these. Now, there are going to be times where you're going to need to use like little rubber bands kind of thing, because especially if you're braiding your hair, these big things are not going to hold this down, and these scrunchies are not going to hold this down. So you're going to need the rubber bands. Just be careful with the rubber bands, okay? And don't keep your hair like that all the time. Switch it up, okay? And let's see. And again, be careful with wet hair. All right. So, you know what? I would love it if you have questions. You can message me or just the comments and ask me about what I'm talking about, hair things or whatever. If you have a favorite hair thing that you love and you use and it doesn't hurt your hair, I'd love to hear about that too. So, I think that's it. This is another episode of how to get stronger hair. And also, I'd love to hear if this has helped you. If you have been using the things that I've told you about and it's helped your hair, I'd love to hear about it. I also am going to put some things in the detail section. I think that's what it's called here on YouTube. I'm going to put that in so you can see the links of things that I recommend. A protectant spray, the scrunchies, hair things. I said I really highly recommend these. If you don't have super curly hair, you will not be happy with me if you have curly hair and you use it. Like I said, I've been there before. All right, so check those links out. I will most likely get commissions on everything that I put a link to. So you're not required to buy anything, but I highly recommend some things. If there's a link there, I highly recommend it. And now I'm just babbling. So happy Tuesday. Have a wonderful rest of the week, and I will see you next Tuesday for another episode of How to Get Longer, Stronger Hair. Bye!